Dear students, in previous videos we have seen about sudden short circuit occurs one of the line and one of the line disconnected. In this video we will learn about short circuit away from line ends. So here we have considered three-phase fault. Three-phase fault occurs from line ends. So three-phase faults are symmetrical faults. So unsymmetrical faults are single line to ground, double line to ground, line to line faults are unsymmetrical faults. So three-phase fault means symmetrical faults occurs any one of the line ends. So here we can see in this figure the middle of the line the fault occurs. F represents the fault. The fault occurs middle of the line. There is some impedance between the paralleling buses and the fault. So in parallel line the impedance will be decreased, in series line impedance will be increased. So what will happen? The impedance will be decreased suddenly, the impedance will be increased suddenly, the current flow will be decreased. So due to that the fault occurs. So due to the fault condition the stability of the system will varies. So therefore the some power transmitted while the fault is still on the system. The one line diagram, so single line diagram of the power system you can see in this figure. The lines are connected between generator and infinite bus. So here we can see the equivalent impedance diagram of the power system. So without fault the system is having xs plus x1 x2 will be parallel without fault. So there is no fault occurs. Okay. So here the power angle curve is P1 is equal to E modulus of E xs plus x1 parallel to x2. So that is equal to P1 sin delta. So the fault occurs during the fault. So without fault, so we can see x1 x2 will be parallel. So during the fault, so x2 will be changes into two values, x2 by 2, x2 by 2. So immediately the fault impedance will be calculated. xf is the fault impedance. So xf is equal to transfer reactance of the system. The power angle curve during the fault is, instead of xs plus x1 parallel to x2, it will convert into xf, fault reactance. The power angle, the power PE2 is equal to modulus of E into modulus of V by xs sin delta. So here we can see the differences when before occurrence of the fault. There is no fault, the impedance will be like this, xs plus x1 parallel to x2. So during the fault condition the fault impedance will be there. So xs plus x1 parallel to x2 will be converted into xf. Okay. So after clearing the fault, so once fault is clear, x2 will be removed. The impedance of the line 2 will be removed and reactance of the line 2 will be removed. Now we can see the different curves here, before fault, after fault, during the fault. Before fault the magnitude of the power will be maximum, and after fault, during the fault you can clearly understand. So after fault the maximum will be. So here what we can say that PM1 greater than PM3 greater than PM2. So this is the condition for before, after, during the fault of the powers. The power angle curve is PM3. So when after the fault PM3 into sin delta will get. So you can see the curves PE1, PE2, PE3. The system is stable only if it is possible to find an area of A2 equal to A1. So A1 and A2 areas are equal, then the system is stable. Otherwise, the system will be is under stable. So what we can identify from these cases is, after the fault, reactance of the line 2 will be disconnected, and power flows, power relations before fault, power will be more than the after the fault, more than the during the fault. PM1 greater than PM3 greater than PM2. So these are the powers. So in next video you will learn about critical clearing angle and critical clearing time, method of improving transient stability. So once again we will redo the what we have discussed in this video. So here short circuit away from line ends. So fault occurs middle of the line. So it is not the end of the line. So when 3-phase fault, symmetrical fault occurs, line ends, that is called middle of the line. You can see in this figure. So parallel line bus bars, here we have two parallel lines. So one line will be disconnected. So before fault, after fault, during the fault, what will be the power equations? So here we are considering PE1 is the before fault. So we can see the reactance diagrams, and after the fault, during the fault, so here we have PE2 and PE3. So during the fault, so reactances will be converted into XF, you can see in this diagram, and after the fault clearing, so X2 will be removed. That is what the power relation will be middle you will get. So we can see the PM1 greater than PM3 greater than PM2. So what we can say is A1 and A2, the curves area is equal, A1 and A2 are equal, we can say that the system is stable. And A1 and A2 are not equal, it is not equal, it may be greater than or less than, if it is not equal, then you can say that system is unstable. So always we should keep system should be stable position by keeping A1 and A2 are equal. So A1 and A2 are how it will vary is by increasing, by decreasing the load, that is by accelerating, by deaccelerating the synchronous emission, A1 and A2 will be changes. A1 and area 1 and area 2 will be changes. So that for that stability of the system will varies. Always we should keep A1 and A2 should be equal, then the system will be stable position. So this is about fault away from the end of the lines, short circuit away from the line ends. So next video we will discuss about critical clearing angle and critical clearing time and method of improving transient stability. This is a very important, how to improve this transient stability. So here we have a different methods. So those methods we will discuss in next video. Thank you everyone.